How I put on so much size in such a short amount of time. Your question answered today. So a couple months back, I made a video that was my 5-year natural lifting transformation video, kind of documenting my journey from when I started lifting to where I was then when I made the video. And there's a certain part of that video, a certain piece of my lifting journey where I had a pretty impressive transformation in a short period of time. That was in the fall of 2015, my junior year of high school, where I went from looking like this to looking like this in a matter of just 1 or 2 months. Now that's a pretty solid change, some pretty decent mass gain. I put on like 15 to 20 pounds in that period of time. I'll show the transformation again, from going like this to this in a period of like 1 or 2 months. Now if you haven't seen that video, definitely go watch it. It's like the channel trailer on my channel. If you go, it's like one of the first videos on there, but definitely watch that video if you haven't. But since I put that video up, I've gotten so many questions and DMs from people on Instagram asking me, how did I make that transformation? So today, the point of this video is to dive in and talk about exactly what I did to make that transformation back in the day. And I'll talk at the end of this video about kind of why I'm making this video right now. But today, I'm gonna give you the details. Because I went back and I dug through old papers in my desk, old files on my computer to find out very specifically what I did to make that transformation. So let's get into it. We'll start from very generally. What I did to make that transformation was training twice a day, which I talked about in the transformation video I did. I was doing 2-a-days for that entire period. The inspiration for doing that came from an article that I read on muscleandstrength.com. It's this article up on the screen. So it was just a guy that trained twice a day, that ate a ridiculous amount of food. I read through this article and was like, I want to try this out. So I did. And most of it was based off of the stuff in this article. The training I kind of varied away from. The training, most of the training principles, how I structured my training was based off of this article from tnation.com. But the nutrition for sure was based off of that original article. So let's dive in. What did that look like? Nutrition we'll start with first. So the kind of basic principle of this whole nutritional structure is really high protein, really low fat, and ridiculously high carbs. So how that was structured for me, I have very specific numbers here. So how I calculated this out, my maintenance calories at the time for doing, calculated out, training twice a day for, it was what, 5 or 6 days a week, we'll get into that. My maintenance calories for that volume of training was 3,700-ish calories, 3,750. And that added on to that a 750 to 800 calorie surplus. And that gave me a total of 4,500 calories a day was what I was eating every single day. How that split up into macros. My protein was 250 grams of protein a day. My fat was 75 to 80 grams of protein a day, which was a little bit higher than was recommended in that article. I guess that was more so just me being a little lenient on what it recommended for the fat. It recommended lower for the fat, but I gave myself some leeway, I guess, when I did this. 250 protein, 75 to 80 grams of fat, and 700 grams of carbs a day. That was my macro breakdown. That was what I was eating every single day. A huge calorie surplus, a focus on lower fat, high protein, and really high carbs. What that looked like food-wise, a bunch of cereal, lots of cereal for breakfast every single day, eggs in the morning, sandwiches for lunch. I have like ham and turkey sandwiches, a bunch of granola bars, a ridiculous amount of rice, like maybe 3 cups of rice with a meal. An oatmeal to finish off a night every single night, like maybe 2 cups of dry oats, like just a lot of carbs. Now, training. What did I do for training? Training twice a day. The main principle was hit the same muscle groups in the morning and in the afternoon. So I'd have a morning workout and then an afternoon workout. Generally, because it was during the school year, I would train before school and then when I would get out from school. The training split that I used was a legs, push, pull, up split. So it was 4 days. So we go leg day, push, pull, off, repeat. So every 4 days I'd have a rest day. And how I structured the workouts: in the morning, I would just do only 2 or 3 exercises, the big compound movements. And then in the afternoon, it would be more like volume-based, hypertrophy-based in the morning, lower reps. In the afternoon workouts, higher reps. And like I said, in the morning, there would only be a couple main lifts that I really focused on. So for the leg day, my lifts that I did were only squat, barbell back squat, and leg press. 4 sets of 4 to 6 on squat, 5 sets of 6 to 8 on leg press. That was it for the morning workout. Push day, morning workout. The 3 main lifts that I focused on were dumbbell bench press, overhead press, barbell overhead press, and what I have written here is barbell flat bench press, but I know that I ended up switching that to a hammer strength incline press. I'm pretty sure is what I changed that to. But that would be 5 sets of dumbbell bench, 5 sets of 6 to 8, 4 sets of 6 to 8 overhead press, 4 sets of 6 to 8 in the hammer strength. Pull day, 3 movements that I did were barbell rows, lat pull down, and barbell shrugs. So it was 5 sets of 6 to 8 barbell rows, 5 sets of 6 to 8 lat pull down, 4 sets of 6 to 8 on barbell shrugs. So morning, big compound heavy lifts in the lower rep range. And then in the evening, focused on more volume, more intensity, more hypertrophy based. So leg day, afternoon workout, looked like lunges, 3 sets of 6 to 8. Goblet squats. I remember doing this goblet squats for 10 sets of 10. Just a ridiculous amount of volume. Hamstring curls, 4 sets of 12 to 15. Quad extensions, 3 sets of 20 with a drop set on the last, wait, two drop sets. A double drop on each of the sets. So like do a set, drop the weight, another set, drop the weight, another set, doing that 3 times. And then calf raises, 4 sets of 15 to 20. So that was a standard afternoon leg workout after my morning leg workout, which would be pretty intense. Push day, afternoon workout. Generally look like dumbbell incline bench, 4 sets of 8 to 10. Lateral raises, dumbbell lateral raises, 5 sets of 12 to 15. Close grip bench, 3 sets of 10 to 12. Overhead extensions, 3 sets of 8 to 10. Pec deck, 3 sets of 12 to 15 with double drop sets, just like on the quad extensions. And tricep push downs, 6 sets of 12 to 15, doing double drop sets on all 6 sets. That was a standard afternoon workout for the push workouts. Like, this is really high intensity and lots of volume. Pull day afternoon workout. Dumbbell rows, 4 sets of 8 to 10. Close grip lat pull down, 3 sets of 10 to 12. Cable rows, 3 sets of 10 to 12. Cable lat pullovers, 4 sets of 12 to 15, doing double drop sets again. Dumbbell or barbell curls, 4 sets of 8 to 10, doing a drop set on the last one. Rear delt flies or face pulls, 3 sets of 12 to 15. And hammer curls, dumbbell hammer curls, 4 sets of 8 to 10 with a drop set on each one. Standard afternoon pull workout, again, after my morning workout. These are ridiculously intense days of training. On average, it was close to 40 sets a day for each given day of training. So as you can see, that amount of eating paired with that amount of training, that intensity of training, that ridiculous amount of eating, that's how I made that transformation. A ton of work, but ridiculous size gains, strength gains. Now, would I recommend this for most people? Absolutely not. Especially if you are like even close to being a beginner. You definitely need a couple years of experience with this. Honestly, with the amount of experience I had at the time, I was what, 2.5 years in. I really wouldn't even say that's enough experience for you to go and to do something like that. I was a little more advanced just because I put in so much time like learning stuff and making sure I was doing everything correctly, but I really wouldn't recommend this to most people. But again, that's how I made that transformation. And the reason why I'm explaining this right now, the reason why I wanted to talk about how I made that transformation doing 2-a-days is starting 5 days from today when I'm making this video. November 1st is day 1 of doing 2-a-days again. I am going to be running this program again, at least for the month of November, maybe into December, but I'll talk about that more in upcoming videos. But I'm doing 2-a-days again. More info on that to come. Stay tuned. I'm pumped. That's it for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about any of this, definitely leave it in the comments below. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend this to most people. Don't just like jump into this kind of thing. If you might be considering doing something like this, honestly, I would wait a couple videos from now. Well, I'll explain this a little more in depth, how I might go about it. But like I said, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, if you have any questions, and if you're not subscribed to the channel already, what are you doing? Hit that button down below, join the family. It's the year of the vlog. That's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm pumped. I'll see you in the next one.